I feel like sports movies are some of the greatest American movies ever made. And I think comedies are the greatest movies ever made, truly. So for me, it was sort of a pairing of the two things that I thought were phenomenal. It's four women who are obsessed with, the Patriots, and are obsessed with football, and it means a lot to their life. And I have people in my life, women in my life, who are obsessed with football, and it means a lot to them. And so to me, it was a really genuine connection to acknowledge the female fans out there. And it was something that came up early on in production that was like, when we were in the writing process, which was to not make it a novelty that these are four old women who love football, because it's not a novelty. It's a reality in America that women of all ages love football. And I think that was something that we were very careful to say, this isn't a novelty. The novelty is the journey that they're about to go on, and that's where the fun is. I'm very connected with the women in my life, and I can't speak for other people's experience, but certainly in my experience of the people around me, I wanted to recognize and treasure the dynamic of female friends. And I think that there's an honesty to it, and there's an abrasiveness to it, and there's a funniness to it, and there's a sadness to it. And all of those elements I wanted to recognize and find truth in as much as possible. And it was really important to me to try and make it as authentic as possible. And also it was wonderful because once the women came on and were cast, we had very open conversations about this exact subject, about female friendship, and about especially aging female friendship and long-term friendships, friendships that span, a lot of these women have lived long lives, and those friendships can, go for 50, 60 years, 70 years, 80 years. And that's a long time to know someone, and I think those friendships come and, they split and they come together, and there's a lot of depth to that. And I think that's been really beautiful, having these women mind not only the characters' friendships, but their own friendships to try and pull what truth they can out of it. One is the reality of the fact that these women are, in their 70s, 80s, and 90s in reality. And that, I think, is unbelievable, because the discipline they have and the hard work they put in every day is staggering. I mean, they show up at 6 a.m. and, they're off. They work 12 hours. They're on their feet. They're working hard. It's emotionally demanding, physically demanding. And so there's that side of this whole equation, which is it's absolutely awe-inspiring and spectacular to watch them work as a human being watching, other people do work, whatever work it would be. It's staggering. Jane is a goddamn powerhouse. Jane's incredible. She's incredible in the sense that she takes what she does extremely seriously, and she really cares about her character, and she cares about her performance. She's a consummate professional, comes in locked on her lines with her own take, normally a great take on what she's doing with the character, and she really finds honesty very quickly. So what's incredible for me is that she really finds the honesty of a character, and if I give her leash, she'll go there, and I give her as much leash as possible, because I'm amazed every time she sort of digs in. I feel an immense amount of pressure to do right by these women, because they are legends, and they deserve all the respect and all of the quality of project surrounding their performance that they could possibly get. That comes from script, and that comes from direction, and that comes from, production design, and all of the elements that surround these women. And so I feel a tremendous burden to sort of do right by them and do right by the story that we have in front of us. And so in that respect, I feel the weight of their presence on set. But they are incredibly generous and giving people, and have given me a tremendous amount of support and power, and have given me everything I could ever want for. I've never asked them for anything and been denied. And so I am honored to be given the privilege to work with them and feel their support.